5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, 3. Hey, welcome everybody. My name is Ben, and we're on the Shaneology channel here, talking about weird, wacky conspiracy theories.
And the paranormal guys as well, right? Not just conspiracy theories, because that could scare off the YouTube algorithms, because they hear the word conspiracy and they drop the show to,
Because normally they're so friendly to us. Normally they just throw us right in the river, and we just take right off.
You're right. You're right. YouTube's been our best friend forever.
Sorry. We got awesome people with us today. We're the quartet of madness tonight. My name is Ben. We got Shaney and Death by Saber and Bert K. How's it going, guys?
Hey, it's going great.
Hail.
Amazing.
I'm doing fine, even though there's rioting all around. But we're okay.
Yeah.
Are you in the hub of that? Where is it rioting in everywhere? Because I'm in Canada, so you guys have to be more specific. Or is it just specific places that
in Los Angeles? There was a small demonstration where people went and crowded the freeway, the 101 freeway, to block it, and they got into it with 2 highway patrol vehicles. They started smashing the windows of a highway patrol vehicle. One idiot jumped on top of the hood, and the cop took off, and he landed on his face, and paramedics had to go because he busted his head open. It was pretty bad. But yeah, and then that's it. And it didn't escalate. It ended there.
Yeah, it's from our perspective. Look at that, going, wow, that's crazy. And then we have our prime minister, who always likes to chime in times like this because he has nothing to do with it, but somehow feels like he should open his stupid mouth.
Virtue signal a little bit.
Virtue signal, little bitch, is what he.
Doesn't Trudeau identify as a black person?
I think he does, actually. We had that debate here because we were talking about like him actually, when he was doing blackface, and I think people were misunderstood that because I really think he thought he was black. I don't think he actually thinks he's white.
I think. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say you guys got President Chocolate.
I was gonna say that Joe Biden would be the one who would tell him, whether he is or not, right? Because Joe Biden knows.
Yeah.
Hello, Almighty Coon. Thanks for coming.
Hail, Almighty Coon.
That's such a great name. That's a crazy name. I've been watching hella old school horror films, and I was watching Poltergeist 2, and the guy who's like the preacher. You know what I'm talking about? He's like, God is in his holy temple, and he's like chasing the little girl. I'm like, that'd be such a great meme with Joe Biden's face on him.
God is in his temple. That guy was creepy. He had actually. Didn't he? Actually,
yeah. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say he had cancer during that, didn't he? Like during the filming of that.
Yeah, and that's why he gave it such a great performance. I mean, he must have scared the shit out of that little girl, who I think ended up dying in the next movie, right?
Yeah, she died in part 3.
Carolyn.
She went into the light. Oh yeah, that's the one. I know that. Is it too soon?
No, it's not too soon.
It's too soon for that joke.
It was okay last year. About last year.
She would be a kid now, so she would be like what, 40 now? So she'd be.
Yeah, she would be. She would be like 40.
Yeah, we can't make that joke. It's too soon. But no, that was one of my favorite horror. I don't know if you can call it horror or not, just because it's sort of in between horror and softcore horror. You think so?
Yeah, it's like paranormal horror.
Hey, Sentinel, thanks for showing up, bud. How are you? Shaney, I thought you put AM instead of PM. Oh shit, eh? That's because I'm stupid like that.
Hey, Shaney, by the way, man, your newest video was amazing, bro.
Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah,
you guys. It's funny part is you think the next one is going to be way better because I already filmed both together at the same time. And the best parts were actually in the second part. And I fucking can't wait. Skeletor gets drunk and watching Star Wars, and I'm watching it, editing it. I was fucking dying. And I've never laughed at my own shit before like that, but I'm like fucking watching Skeletor, drunken shit faced, watching like watching all the Marvel movies and then watching Star Wars is just fucking hilarious.
That's a great.
Now you always do a great drunk voice. But do you ever actually get drunk when you play a drunk person, or is it always just?
Never. I've never been drunk playing a drunk guy. Yeah, it's something I did since I was a kid. I used to pretend I was drunk.
Your eyes look bloodshot when you're pretending to be drunk.
Yeah, that's how good of an actor I am. I can bloodshot my eyes at will.
It's good.
You look really slut. He really is. He's gonna get sluttier by the minute.
He's a drunk slut. That is so good. That's so funny.
Oh no! It's gonna be. It's funny because he actually starts to. I don't want to spoiler, but yeah, he actually starts to side with Vader. So he's like keeps prompting Luke to join the dark side. What's wrong with you? Join the dark side, you fucker! What's wrong with you? Watching Skeletor, kind of pushing Luke towards the dark side is funny.
That is hilarious, dude.
But anyway, yeah. Thanks, you guys. I actually appreciate it, the support on that video. It did really well. The algorithm took it actually pretty far.
That's great.
It's doing well in the algorithm. I don't know why. I have no clue.
That's amazing. That's really good to hear because it's always just with us it's just like bullshit. It's literally hit or miss, hit, miss.
This one, I even looked at the statistics. For some reason, it tickled a little bit of the algorithm, and I'm not sure how it did that, but it was it's been my best video in a long time as far as support from YouTube, I guess, because you could see the impression rates and they're pretty high. So yeah, it made me want to do more, and thank you guys for the support. And sorry, Ben, we'll get to that next time. I know I asked you to do the music, but I had to get it out by Thursday.
No, it was great. With what you did with it was perfect. I probably would have messed. Yeah, it was great.
You wouldn't have messed up. You would have done just as good for sure.
Well, yeah, it just would have been different. It's great. I love what you did with it. That was awesome. Very mystical. You looked like you were really cold. You're just like so cold. You're like shivering in the shivering in outer space.
Laughing at me the whole time because she doesn't know the context, so she's just seeing me act stupid. So she's just like, what is going on? What are you doing? Because it's a green screen behind me, and I'm like, and the thing is, the green screen's not that high, so believe it or not, I had to squat. So I wasn't actually standing up; I'm squatting, so I could fit in the green screen the whole time. And it's so weird because you see this guy just squatting weirdly, like I'm doing squats. Like, oh! She has no clue the context of any of this.
You're just like, don't worry, it'll all work in post. It's okay.
Yeah, that's exactly. She trusts me because she says, "Yeah, I know you. You always somehow make it work." So, hey, Michael Stark, how's it going, buddy? No Skeletor again today, but you got Skeletor yesterday, so we're good.
Well, it's really warm, so it's like once we hit the warmer months, you tend to move away from Skeletor because that thing can heat up, right?
Right.
Tend to cook yourself.
That shit's funky, man. That Skeletor costume is funky. And you know what I noticed? I didn't notice while I was filming it, but I noticed watching it, and I didn't catch it. But if you see, there's a rip in the Skeletor finger. I've been wearing it so much that when I was doing this, I see a rip in the Skeletor finger. I'm like, shit, I gotta stitch that up. But anyway, yeah, guys. And you, Bert, you got your thing coming out soon, right? Your big project.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
I'm hoping to get it up by Sunday or Monday. It's a lot to do, and I'm getting there. It's gonna be done soon, and I love it.
Yeah, man, it looks good. I can't wait.
And that's Are we allowed to talk about it, or are you trying to keep it a secret?
No. You talk about it. It's a Nightmare on Elm Street project. Go ahead.
Well, no, I'm just curious. How is it like? Is it like? Are you going through the entire dialogue of a comic? Or
yeah, and I casted like 3 actresses to play the different female roles, and they're like doing the moaning and the screaming, and I'm having to go from that to Pornhub when I'm editing all the time. It's pretty awesome.
You got Joe Biden in
Seriously,
there.
I was recording with one of the actresses, and she's like, she's supposed to be getting in. I'm like, okay, pretend like you're getting impaled, and she's doing like moans, and then one point she just starts to like do an orgasm voice. I'm like, oh my god.
You said you put her on hold for a second.
Yeah. Just, all I need is a 24-second shot cock, So it's just.
I went to go get a drink, and then you came back, and you had like milk.
Yeah.
And then while you're jaying it, you're just like, "Oh, Freddie, I love your knives. Cut me." Oh wait, what am I doing? Okay.
Greetings, not my Star Wars. Yes, you says that it may be an SEO thing. Yeah, it could be the SEO. I mean, the weird thing is I did the exact same stuff that I've done to my other videos, so most of it. I think one of the reasons why the video did well was I put episode 5 instead of part 5. I think that might have been something. Maybe that could be. But yeah, definitely SEO is very important for sure, and I got to still figure. We all sort of have to master that shit. But yeah, guys. So our topic. You want to touch the topic now? Or?
Absolutely, we're definitely going to get to that. But my heart does go out to anybody who, hopefully, people aren't getting harmed out there. Like, I think it's only fair that we at least address that a little bit, because I don't know if we started talking about it. And we're like, let's go live, and then we stopped talking about it. So just let's address it once, and then be done with it, I guess. But I just hope everybody's okay. Is your neck of the woods okay there, Bert? You guys doing okay over there, or are you getting mauled by?
Yeah. Everything's great.
Okay.
Everything's okay.
You're like, it's fine, man. Okay. All right. But
how bad is it? You guys talk like it's like I'm over here in Canada, so I don't know how bad it is. I just see the news, but is it like the 90s with the riots? Remember the LA riots?
Like there are entire areas of cities being burned down. Yeah.
Cities?
Actually,
that bad?
It's getting pretty bad in some
areas. They lifted in Atlanta. They stormed into the CNN building, and they even threw explosive type shit into the building where the police were guarding CNN building. They lit the CNN sign on fire for the building, and then they blew up a cop car right in front of there.
Wow.
Yeah, and I was like watching the fucking news guy and everybody. The car's lit on fire and everybody's near it, and I'm like, "What are they doing, dude? You should get away from the car. It's gonna explode." And then boom.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Because I remember the only thing I remember was like the LA riots. That shit was pretty crazy back in the day, and remember the what was it, the Rodney King trials?
Yeah, my girlfriend was living there at the time, and she would always talk about it because she was there during the time too.
I have a LA riot story if you want to hear it.
Please tell us.
Dude. Okay, so like my older brother, he was a gang member, and when the riots broke, they had the smart idea to like, hey, let's go in a car and let's go and loot. Let's go. So my brother and his friends, they went down to South Central LA. They filled up the trunk of the car with beer. That they went in the liquor store and they found a watermelon. And they were driving back home. They seen a large group of black gentlemen, and they threw this watermelon at them, trying to provoke them. And and they sped off. So they're lucky nothing happened, but they sped off. And they came back with the trunk of the car filled with beer that they stole from a liquor store in South Central LA.
When you first waste of a watermelon, because you could have made like shooter shots with that like lemon balls and put the liquor in the bloody thing, and you would have had a nice party.
They just threw a bunch and they told them here, and they threw it towards them.
Did they didn't get any grapes, DBS?
No. That's all they found. Beer and watermelon.
When you first said that, I actually literally pictured them pouring beer into the trunk, like
No,
like they were gonna go to like a party and have people just dip their cups in the trunk of their car or something.
They grabbed bottles and cans and everything they found and filled up the trunk of a car.
They must have had a good. Yeah.
No, go ahead, bud.
I was gonna say they must have had a good party that night.
Yeah, they did. I was 18. I had to drive through there because I had a job in the city of Lenox, and I had to drive through South Central. I remember the National Guard in every corner. After it was like a day 3, and I had to drive through there, and all the buildings that were on fire and stuff. It was crazy. It looked crazy.
Yeah, no, that's. Yeah, and it's like I think this is also like a bit of pent up frustration, right? You would assume that most of this is probably pent up frustration from like maybe COVID, people inside, a little bit of anger coming from, you know what I mean? Like, just maybe this isn't all just one, you know what I mean? Just from the, I mean, I'm pretty sure they're upset because of that, like this triggered it. But could this also maybe be like an example of people just really frustrated from being indoors and the COVID shit and all that stuff, just culminating into a giant, like, you know, angry mess.
Perfect storm.
Yeah,
crap going on.
I think
go ahead, Ben. Sorry.
No, you go. I know what I'm gonna say. You go ahead.
Go.
Hey Wookie Supremacy, thanks for joining. Snow Dub, thanks for coming here. Like the stream, live the dream, everything Star Wars. Thanks for joining, guys. Appreciate it. We're talking riots right now before the paranormal storm. But yeah, go ahead, DBS.
I think that everybody's thirsty, and everybody's so thirsty for labeling and saying Nazi and anti this, anti that so much that I think if we didn't have the COV whatever thing situation, I'm trying to control my words because YouTube is so finicky about words. Like you literally cannot, like we literally like if we were a monetized channel, like we couldn't actually be talking about this. Like this is how censored we are now. Like we can't actually be talking anyway. That's just my thought. I think that even if we hadn't, this still would have erupted. That's
before this, the U.S. was hey, Fatal J, thanks for joining. How's it going, my friend? I'm glad you could stay awake for this. I think that again, the world was constantly in chaos. Everybody attacking each other for everything from the weather to Trump. You know, Trump caused bad weather. Everybody, you know, everything is just, you know, everybody's like strangling each other. And I think, and then the C word said, you know, everyone take a fucking time out. You know, just sit in a corner, take a time out. You know what I mean? And everyone's sitting there for a bit. We all needed to breathe, a little bit of time out. You'd think that would have at least cooled the things a little bit, but shit got worse, man. I don't know how it got worse, but it did. You know, it's sad to see, man. It's sad to see because I don't know if there's any coming back at this point. You know, everyone is just so highly like on edge with so much. You know what I mean? That I don't know. You know, everybody. I don't know if that's ever gonna cease or if anyone can come back from this. I know that this. I mean, shit was bad in the 1960s and 70s, but you know, this is. They didn't have social media back then.
Well, we have 20-somethings that are literally being brainwashed by their colleges.
They've always been like that.
Right. So they're, and it makes me actually incredibly grateful that I lived in the time that I did, where I didn't have like my university like filling my head with bullshit. So I think that's just there's just a lot of people feeling like they can feel important by burning something down. So it's pretty stupid.
Well, I mean, I watch a lot of documentaries from the 60s and 70s, and universities were always like, I mean, they got into pure violence back in those days too. This isn't like new. Like they called in the military even, and I think the military shot a student, and that caused a big problem back in the day, in 1960s. Sorry?
I think that was at Kansas State.
Yes, you're right. Yeah, they shot a student, and all hell broke loose. This isn't Kent State shooting, the Sentinel says. He knows everything. Don't tell the Sentinel. The Sentinel knows all. Pay homage.
By the way, I did a show with Sentinel earlier today, so
yeah, I saw it.
Really awesome. It was a great time. Sentinel is Batman. He is. He was talking to us from his Batcave. So just FYI.
But yeah, no. I hope you guys all stay safe there. You know, you guys have gone through a lot in the U.S. in the last little while. Hasn't stopped since 9/11, man. 9/11. You guys it's been insane ever since. It had some moments, but yeah, man. And now let's talk about
We need some
paranormal shit.
America. Real quick, we need sports back in our life, man, and we need more people growing up to have to go play football and basketball and shit. And we don't teach that enough now to our boys.
Yeah, I agree, man. I'm missing sports.
People would be a lot happier if they could drink a beer right now and watch a basketball game.
Yeah. I know. It's funny because we were talking about last year, like, because the Raptors won, and we were talking about how like 1 million people were gathered downtown at like a couple of months ago. Well, no, like a month or so ago, because if the NBA Finals would have finished, and just how clustered the downtown area was. Like I think 3 people died in the Raptors rally. It was insane, and I'm like, can you imagine today if the amount of people down there? Now you can't even imagine 1 million people clustered together in an area. The way it was last year. It's just unthinkable now.
Not to keep talking on the same subject, but that's what I'm like. Well, why isn't anybody tripping, CNN tripping about the COVID now?
Yeah, well, yeah, you're right.
All these people are hella passing together. And nobody even mentioned that shit.
How come there's nobody out there going, come on, everybody, social distancing? What?
Yeah, where's the nurses with their hands on their hips and their smug ass fucking attitude?
There he is.
Where all the Karens disappeared.
I would love if
Patriot, how's it going, bud? Sorry, I would love
it. No, I would love if the Tiger King was the president. Also, real quick, shout out to Snow Dub, Fatal J, Wookiee's Primacy Sentinel. What's up, guys?
Hell. Shenanigans. Shenanigans. That looks almost like he belongs in that suit, doesn't it?
It really does. That's a really
when you went live, the idea hit me, and I went to work on it right away. That's why I've been quiet, because I was finishing it up.
And you got your DBS logo on him and everything. That's great. Yeah. That looks great, man. Wow.
I wanted to put maybe a cock in there, but then YouTube might not like that.
Cock in there.
Somehow
YouTube doesn't like anything.
Yeah, so
should have put a tiger in the backpack.
That guy is he's the top 5 coolest gay guys of all time.
Is he still in prison?
Yeah, I think so. He might be the top 5. He's like a top 5 white people, top 5 gay guy of all time.
I had to remove his head. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, his photo. He's wearing his prison mug photo. I had to remove the rest of his clothes and just keep the head and the neck part so it could fit into the outfit. I did that real quick.
Good job. Looks like it belongs. It really does. It does. It looks better than the moon landing footage. Looks more real.
Don't you? I don't see why, if you're really going to the moon and shit, why you wouldn't bring somebody like him in case there's like moon alligators or something,
Moon alligator. That's right. At the time, they had no clue what was up there, right? They couldn't see if there was moon alligators. We gotta bring some trainers from moon alligators.
Yeah, I fucking raised lions. This shit. This is little. I got this shit. You guys wait back here, and he could sing them country music on the way to the moon.
Yeah, absolutely. He's singing his song, doing a music video, like playing guitar. While he's finding the music.
Yeah. Fuck Carol Baskins. Fuck Carol Baskins.
I mean, did anybody find that documentary to be probably the most surprising documentary of your life? Everybody was saying, "Oh my gosh, you won't believe where it goes," but then it's like, yeah, I had no idea it would actually end up there. Did everybody finish that thing? I
finished it, and I have a dark sense of humor. The maybe the hardest I've laughed in weeks is when his husband shoots himself, and then he walks out at the funeral and makes it about him and does like a performance at the funeral with the fucking priest outfit on. I'm like, the fucking mom is right there, and he makes it all about himself. Like it's
gosh.
Oh my god, dude, so funny.
Yeah, I didn't actually finish. Well, I think I was like 2 episodes away from finishing. I gotta finish it still.
Yeah, I saw the whole thing.
Pretty crazy.
Yeah, no, it's
and it one of those things that just came in so quickly.
DBS, would you fuck Carol Baskin?
Oh man! After she's done with me, she'll feed me to the tigers. No.
What do you think? Do you think she really killed her husband?
Yeah.
I mean, it was kind of one of those crazy obvious things that like they can't prove it. So what do you do?
Oh, because her brother was a cop.
Yeah, exactly.
So.
That was it was so coincidental. Like that part, she just happened to be with him at the time that that
and he was getting a cut too, so it benefited him to help her sweep it under the rug and forge all the documents and everything in her favor to get all the money and all the property and stuff.
Absolutely.
Dude, she acts like a sociopath. Even when they question her, she doesn't like get angry. You know, when somebody questions someone and they like get upset at how like all the people that were doing like calling her the murderer, sending her like all these tweets and all this all that shit that they were doing to her, she laughing at it like it didn't bother her. Like only a sociopath does that. Like if she didn't commit murder, she was like serious. She, like her emotion would show, but she was even during old footage of her during some interviews. She wasn't like annoyed or upset. She was just like,
she's like the lady in Misery. She's like in that movie Misery where they yeah, she's the same as her.
Hey,
oh for sure.
Yeah, her husband. I don't know how he can even sit down because Carol Baskins uses a strap on, a huge one on him.
Oh yeah.
The same one she did on the Tigers.
Yeah. She dresses up like a tiger for sure, but she's the big cat,
He's now a tiger. I'm a tiger. Good, baby. Good.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby.
She puts the gun in swinger, man.
So good. I love that.
But yeah. Has anybody heard the beef between Star Wars Girl and Abu Nas? So no.
Yeah, I read something about that right when I was coming on here, but I don't know.
I saw that Star Wars Girl blocked Drunk.
Oh, really?
Is that Anna?
No, that's is it?
Yeah, that's her real name, Anna.
I thought she was that Star Wars Girl. Wasn't it the Star Wars Girl?
I don't watch any of these channels.
That's what Sentinel said. That's Star Wars Girl.
I like Abu Nas's channel. I don't know who the other girl is.
She's just really she's beautiful and she's an artist. Shaney actually knows her. You know her, Shane.
Who? That Star Wars Girl?
Yeah.
I don't know her.
You said you kind of knew her.
No, I said I knew she was Portuguese because she's got a Portuguese flag and I'm Portuguese.
Okay, I think we're talking about somebody completely different. Anna,
but I don't know that chick. I don't want to know her either. She's kind of weird. she's kind of weird. I don't know. That Star Wars Girl.
Who was the YouTuber that was a really good artist and she just started to rant and rave and
that Star Wars Girl.
That's who we're talking about.
She's an artist.
I like what everything Star Wars saying at the last thing. He said it was an imposter.
What?
I think we're talking about the same person, but you think we're talking about different people. Anna is that Star Wars girl.
Yeah, she is. She's leaving the fandom menace is what he's saying. I mean, no big loss, I don't think.
So why are they fighting? I mean, I mean, it's gossip stuff, but I wonder why they're fighting. We could talk about that.
I like the gossip, the paranormal gossip.
Yeah, if we want to have higher channel counts, we should probably get into shit like this. But
you're right.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really watch any others. I don't really watch many other people's shit. I don't know who they are.
Well, I used to watch her stuff because when I know about her is that I know her sister died and that was tragic back in the day.
Yeah.
I know that she I don't know. I always felt her kind of a fraud. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong in the sense that maybe she liked Star Wars, but I think she felt I don't know. I've always found that she used Star Wars as a bridge to pimp her channel out. But that's just my opinion. I could be completely wrong on that. Just she was a good artist. She's a talented artist. I'll say that. But I don't know. As far as if she's leaving the Phantom Menace, probably because she made her statement, got her popularity, and no longer needs it. And she's saying peace. Anna fighting Abu. I'm confused.
Sentinel says, "All right, I'll move on." Don't move on. Okay, I'm sure he's got that.
Yeah. So you guys, let's talk. Ben and I. So this is where we started this. Ben and I were talking about whether or not he's been to the moon. But Ben, did you believe that the moon is a piece of cheese? It's the question.
I've been to the moon. It's on a soundstage in Hollywood. It's really good. It's really well crafted. It's pretty.
It was shot by Stanley Kubrick.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think you and I came to an agreement that they went into lower Earth orbit, and that's it, and everything else was faked. I think that's a worthy assumption.
Well, I don't know for sure anything, but I mean, there's a lot of, I don't know, it's just so weird because a lot of people, you want to believe they went to the moon, right? Because, you want to believe that. That's just it's a much cooler. Sorry?
No, I just said America.
America, fuck yeah.
Well, yeah, you want to believe that because not even just for America, but for the human race, right? I mean, space exploration and all that shit. Star Trek and all that other stuff. You want to believe that people have gone to the moon, that we've walked there, that, Americans or whomever, now I think India went to the moon and I think China went there. I don't know what China found. China, did they go to the moon? Did that happen? Did they say they went to the moon? I know they were going to.
There's footage of it, and that was it's totally fake. It's the footage that they made that was of them landing on the moon. It's just like the same damn loop, and you can see it's like a repeated loop. And they go, "Oh, this is us going off the moon," and it's just this repeated loop, and you see the same shit happen over and over again, same stuff. It's all bullshit. The whole thing's just it's all graphics, man. That's all it is. I don't know. I mean, it's like I sat with my brother-in-law arguing about this forever. He is diehard. He's just like, no way, this was all real. And I'm like, NASA just the other like 2 years ago was like, oh yeah, climate change. Where can you get climate change? That's real. And he's like, oh no, I believe everything that NASA did up until that. And I'm like, okay, so they're gonna lie. So what? Once one time an organization lies, how can you believe anything else that happened before that? How can you believe anything of what they ever said? Like, pretend like I told you guys like a horrible lie about myself. Like, oh yeah, it was, or I don't know. How would you?
You're that Star Wars girl.
Sorry, what?
You told us that you were that Star Wars girl.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, I am.
The breasts were a dead giveaway.
Yeah, that's what it was. Giant.
I would be so mad because I rubbed one out so many times to her, and then to find out it's you, I'd be pissed.
Well, you'd be closer friends.
I'd be my whole life's been a lie.
Everything Star Wars says that it's not Anna that we were talking about earlier.
Yeah, I didn't think so either. I was thinking it was Star Wars.
I've seen her a million times on Twitter, and it's Anna, that Star Wars girl, but whatever. Okay, maybe it's a different person. Okay.
No, but this girl is just the Star Wars girl, I think. I don't think she's Anna.
Okay, well, Sentinel said that Star Wars girl. He said in the chat, that Star Wars girl and Abu Nas are actually fighting. That's what he referred to. So anyway, it doesn't, whatever.
I want to see footage of the fight. That's what I want to see. I won't care until there's actual footage
Disneyland
of both of them rolling in some mud, with some oil. But, you brought up a good point about that. See, here's the thing that gets me is the timing of the moon. Because the moon, that was a very shitty time look at the American government at that time. You had Nixon, in between Nixon and Kennedy. around that time that all that shit was happening.
Yeah,
Nixon
Kennedy swore
faking-
it. Kennedy promised everybody. He's like, we're going to go there because it's hard. We're not going to go there because it's easy. But we're going to go there because it's hard. And then
You say
Nixon
hot
is
or
like,
hard?
oh shit.
We are going to go there because it is hot.
He said hard. He
Hard.
said hard.
You're going there because it's hard. So is your cock. We weren't talking about my cock, and we're not going to go there.
Let's not go there because it's easy. Let's go there because it's hard.
Because it's hard. I know, because it's hard.
It's hard.
So while I'm making this speech while Marilyn is blowing me under the podium.
That's another conspiracy to talk
And it's
about
really
afterwards.
hard.
Let's talk about just like obvious. Let's talk about obvious, easy things here. So they broadcast live, okay, live from the moon.
Mhm.
Okay, they broadcasted live, so they were able to transmit audio frequencies from the moon to Earth in 1969. Right? How
There should be like an hour delay, of course, but
they could barely transmit television. You know, you could barely get television from a few miles away at that time. Barely. Like you couldn't. I mean, you know, it's like the audio frequencies that far to the moon.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of. I mean, those videos are pretty compelling when you watch the documentaries, and I assume you've watched them.
238,000
I have a
miles.
couple.
Sorry.
No. I mean, I've seen some videos that. I mean, like I told you, I saw that video called "The Dark Side of the Moon." It was a CBC. I said that before, which was a documentary that stated that the United States at the time, couldn't broadcast live, which is why they went to the moon, but they just couldn't broadcast live, and that was the whole point, was to demonstrate to the Russians, their power, because it was the Cold War, and so whoever got to the moon first had missile superiority or nuclear superiority. So obviously they wanted to beat the Russians there, and so they tried to broadcast, but they realized they couldn't. There was going to be a huge delay, and so what I heard was that they pre-filmed them landing and all that shit, so they could air it in at the same time as them actually going. So that, and this was a pretty big conspiracy, even that they thought that Nixon didn't want to let anyone know that it was all filmed, because even though they went to the moon, they filmed parts of it so that they could film in real time, or they can broadcast in real time. But then I'm thinking, if they did that, what's the point in going? I mean, you know what I mean? What's the point in spending all that money just to go there if you're gonna fake the footage anyway? Even though we really went, but we faked the footage. So I don't know.
Here's another bombshell. 260 degrees Fahrenheit is the temperature on the moon. That's the sun hitting the moon, 260 degrees Fahrenheit. When they hit shadows, guess what? The temperature drops 127, drops to 280 minus 173. 280. Sorry, it drops 127 degrees. That would kill you in an instant. So when they go out, so they're in the sunlight, they're at 260 degrees. Their suits that are supposedly airtight, right? That if they were actually pressurized, if their actual suits were pressurized, they would look like the goddamn Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. If they were in the sunlight on the moon, they would be burning at 260 degrees Fahrenheit. And then, so their suits supposedly regulated that temperature, right? So they would be okay. So then they move into the shadow, and when you're in the shadow, you're literally 127 degrees cooler. So it drops 127 degrees. Your body would die of shock. And so apparently, according to what they say, those suits, those plastic suits that they wore, are supposed to actually regulate the temperature as soon as they go in and out of shadows. Bullshit.
Yeah,
that's such bullshit. And like I said, once again, the pressurized suits. When you pressurize a suit that you guys see someone on the moon, if they were actually pressurized, they look like the goddamn Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. They would not look like what they looked like at all. That's not fucking pressurized. They would die. They would be dead in a heartbeat.
They definitely couldn't play golf on the moon. the way they did, which was, I don't know. It's really, we'll never know for sure. But I'll tell you right now, some of that footage is very compelling. Right? You guys did you see the one where the when the rocket lands, right? There would be rocket thrusters that would displace sand and all over the place, and it would be on the foot pads of the rocket modular. But when they show close-ups, there's absolutely no sand. It's completely clean and polished. There's no crater left by the the rocket or the whatever, the rocket that when it's landing, there was so much shit that didn't add up in that footage that makes you really question a lot of that shit, which is, again, we're coming at a time where you didn't trust the president because he was not that president. Nixon was faking all kinds of shit, and so we didn't. How do they just killed one of your other presidents? How the hell are you supposed to trust them? The government. They shot JFK, or so they say. I mean, we don't know. Did they shoot JFK, guys? What do you think of that? Bert, did you do it? Were you behind the grassy knoll drinking beer, getting head?
No, I think that they killed him.
Who did?
I think the government killed JFK. I think the mafia and I think his dad and them didn't pay their debts they owed the mob. After they got
that movie that we just
yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, exactly.
No, I was gonna say that movie that they just came out with, the Irishman. Where they talked about was it Jimmy Hoffa and shit, like how he JFK was put in power by the mob, and then went after the mob.
Right.
Just so it's those were messed up times. Those are really messed up. So anything could have happened. I don't put anything past them in those days because that was a time that was really pretty crazy, when it comes to shit like that. I mean, Vietnam.
Yeah, I think he gave it to Marilyn Monroe very hard, and after that, it's yeah, I'm okay. I've done that. Now I could die.
Yeah, I guess his
brother hear about that.
His brother had the same problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, they shared the same. It was sloppy seconds in the Kennedy family. Yeah, it really was.
Yeah.
But there was that documentary. Did you see that documentary about how they tried to shut her up? They tried to shut up Marilyn Monroe. That there was the Kennedy family that were behind her assassination because she was apparently she's a big blabbermouth, and there was a documentary that showed that she was having affairs with both of the Kennedys, and she was one of those needy girls that needed to have attention and shit, and so it was she was constantly calling them, "How come we're not going to come over? You're going to marry me?" and all that, all that crap, and then they were "Leave me alone. You want a one night stand? Leave me alone." That kind of shit, and then eventually she just started threatening them. This is all in the documentary, and that she started threatening them, saying that she was going to go to public with some of the shit she knows, and and all that stuff. And then some of it was actually supposed to be aliens that she knows that about. I mean, this was she had been whispered bedroom talk about. By the way, while you take this cock, you know very well that the aliens exist, right? No, it just and then that was in the documentary too, by the way. And yeah, so. I think, and then they offed her because she just went insane on them. I mean, she was like, "We gotta silence her." Did you see that?
Was that on Netflix?
Was it on Netflix? No, it wasn't on Netflix. I don't think it was on Netflix.
I could go on YouTube and find something about her death and conspiracies.
Did you see the Sentinel posted that police precincts in New York are being overrun right now?
Holy shiznit. Is there footage? You want to find some footage on that?
I'll try to find some right now.
Moon don't have atmosphere, so who knows what consequences of sun would be. Maybe sun is good for us because we have atmosphere while moon doesn't have atmosphere.
Well, see, that's the point. It's just that, here we look up on Google, which is supported by NASA, and they tell us right here that it's 260 degrees Fahrenheit because they're all together, right? That's the problem, is that there's like misconception of everything. So it's like, if you're going to tell us one thing, like, have it be real. Like, it's like all of this is fake bullshit. That's just sorry. Not fucking sorry. Fuck you.
I could share something right now about the news if you want to
Go
see.
ahead, man.
LA news.
Yeah.
All right,
Sure.
there we go. All right, go ahead. Share. Make it happen, Cheney. Hit share. Okay.
Make news go live now.
So this is what's, I guess, going on in LA, right? I think it happened a little bit ago. It says 29 minutes ago, 2 officers injured during George Floyd protest in downtown LA. Yeah, in downtown LA, they're protesting too, but it's not, they haven't burned anything. But yesterday, a guy got hurt when he jumped on a highway patrol car, and the highway patrol car took off, and the guy fell on his head, busted his head open. But I guess 2 officers injured during this. Well,
That's crazy. I mean, we just got off like this, like you just said about the COVID, and like nobody's talking COVID now. It's all just this. Like this, it's like no one's even worried about spreading it anymore. Just think about this. Like how much is this gonna spread that, spread the flu, and nobody seems to care anymore. It's like weird.
this was yesterday. What I was telling you about. Let's see if they show. Yeah. No, this is live. No, that's San Jose. I guess something's going on up in San Jose too.
Yeah, there was a freeway shutdown in San Jose.
And they shut down the Bay Bridge.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I have New York. Do you want to look at New York footage?
Sure.
By the way,
Allowed
thank
to New
you
York.
for letting us know, man. Is the real Batman.
Maybe later on tonight I'll go and take some footage if there's something going on, so I can put on my other channel, Mr. Record.
Ooh.
Yeah, I uploaded some crazy lady going off in Subway.
Oh, I forgot to share audio. Sorry.
Hey, bud.
Hey, you
Actually,
cut me out.
Sorry, bud. That was completely unintentional. I swear. Okay. Ben, share Ben's screen now.
Across the country.
This is also the police are concerned about not just crowd control during an incident here, during a protest, but of course there's social distancing. We're in the middle of a pandemic as well.
He is just, I'm sorry. I just have to point out, look how happy he is. He's like, oh, look at all this excitement. We're in a pandemic.
Oh, look at all this news. Look at all these ratings.
Wait, somebody needs to wear a Joker outfit.
The police are saying that they are going to start arresting
If I had a
people
Joker
for
outfit in the
disorderly
paint, I'd
conduct
go
if
walk
need
through
be.
that crowd.
I hear this guy's bullshit.
And even do the stupid dance he does.
Okay, let's get them understand where we are here. Let's. Get out of the street. All right, the cops are insisting that we get out of the street and on the sidewalk, trying to bring order here. Let's see if we can see what's going on down there a little bit. Because this is where I can
This
see
is like the
more
worst
police
footage ever.
reinforcements.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
No, it's not your fault. You didn't make the footage. I mean,
Well, it's
this
just
guy's like so afraid to get into the fray. Like, get into it, man.
Can they riot but while practicing social distancing?
That's-
I mean, I would like to see rioting, but also practicing social distancing.
Oh my gosh.
And they really feel like, he's given so much to the fabric of the.
Shut up.
No, I wanted to hear what she had to say. It was very
Okay,
relevant.
I'll find it. I'll pull it up again. Sorry, guys. I got pissed.
I like how they're rioting but still being socially responsible with their masks, which is fine.
Yeah,
It's
that's
always
why
good.
it's hilarious. That's why it's ridiculously hilarious. All right.
Don't speak moistly into the camera, guys. We're gonna protest. We're like 2 inches away from each other, but we got a mask, so that's fine.
Important for them to come out today and protest that. We've got some speeches going on over in this area, and so you hear some of the chanting and things like that rising up from there.
So we should tear apart our community. So we should tear apart our own cities. That's
the
a good
folks
answer.
who are back here can't even necessarily hear that. So they're really operating on their own accord with their chants and their signs. And I will say that they've handed out masks at the beginning of this protest. Most of the folks here are in masks. So also aware that there is a pandemic.
So I would hand out masks. I would hand out masks and Molotov cocktails.
Stick the mask in the cocktail and use it.
You're like, buy a mask, get a Molotov cocktail free.
You're
gonna stand up there, or no, buy a Molotov cocktail, get a mask free, or whatever.
Don't forget to wear your gloves.
Going on, but that wasn't going to stop them from coming out today
buy
to rally about
get a bag of rocks.
I'm
I was
bad.
going to ask you
I like a teacher rack. I'm really horrible. I'm like, she's got a. I don't know.
Yeah,
look at this girl. Who is this
more
girl?
about the nature of those protests today. If you got the sense that people were socially distant, if you felt like they were peaceful in nature, if you could.
I'm sorry, but I can't listen to her anymore. Unless you guys really want to watch her. Okay, I'll turn it on.
I don't know. I'm mystified by her. She kind of reminds me of the lady from Poltergeist.
Don't go into the light, Caroline.
Yeah,
I
think early on this rally actually got started about a half hour early because people were getting so impassioned and delivering these passionate speeches, and so folks decided to start marching early from the park down here to City Hall.
Houston?
We haven't seen a lot of distancing. There's obviously not a lot of space for that when you've got thousands of people out, but folks are wearing those masks, as you can see, and you know the crowd has thinned out a little bit, and folks have been able to create some space.
This lady
but I mean, folks are really passionate about it, and they're, you know, the news came down just a little bit before this that the officer had been arrested, and folks were happy to hear that, but they still want to know what's going to happen with the other.
Okay, I've got actual I've got the CNN footage.
Also, an arrest does not mean a conviction.
I go out there with 2 cans. I go out there with 2 cans of Lysol and spray people down as I'm walking around.
just making sure everyone's responsible.
They'll look at me and say thank you.
This is the CNN footage for, I think, the rating of CNN here, I think.
All right.
CNN Center, we're just in the last 10 minutes. Demonstrators have started to come up and down this thoroughfare of Marietta and breaking up windows of CNN Center. It was just a short time ago that they started shooting what appeared to be BBs at us. I was struck with a BB pellet.
Oh, poor guy.
Did you hit your ears? Because that's not a very hard target.
Police line.
I mean, put your mask back.
This guy, I watched this live. They start to bring people in, and like he gets in front of them and like is interviewing while the police are struggling with him like an asshole.
Really, I gotta see this.
An officer extracted. An officer was down. We don't know exactly how they were injured. Another officer here standing on these steps took some glasses.
Dude, they throw fucking they throw like fireworks inside there. The protesters do.
Nice.
These demonstrators are
like CNN who have to go to news. The news actually came to CNN, so that's like their job is extremely easy today. They're like, well, we don't have to make news.
If I didn't care about getting arrested, I'd be out there with my lightsaber. You swing my lightsaber at the cops.
That would be so funny. I would love to see you do that.
But no, I do it at both. Depends. Like if I'm going against the cops, I'll take the red lightsaber out. If I'm going against protests, I'll take the blue one out.
If you dressed as Darth Vader, it'd be even better. You just walked through the doors and just tried force choking them. Like at first, just like force choke them and then see if that worked.
Can I share something with you guys too?
Sure.
Yeah, sure, bud.
Okay, you guys ready for what did the 5 fingers say to the face?
All right.
Oh, this nigga.
Is that Karen? No.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah,
She was out cold. That never worked out. Oh
you can't.
man.
Yeah, they're just you can't assault.
Bam! Bam! Don't I love these little. He does like
let her get away with it. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, he does like a little moonwalk up. He's pretty happy with himself after he hits her.
Dude, Mighty Coon says replay. Watch it again. Wow. You let him get away with it the first time too, eh? He like, okay, I'll let you get a free shot. The second run,
he landed that one Mike Tyson knockout punch too.
Damn. And you know what? That other cop saved her life. You see how he turned her, like, he must have had the presence of mind to turn her to her front so that she didn't swallow her tongue.
Dude,
he totally did that too.
She didn't social distance herself, you know? I'd be fucking pissed in her face.
Even if it wasn't a cop, she deserved that punch. But
yeah.
But that cop still he's gonna get in trouble for that. What?
No,
he shouldn't get in trouble. He definitely shouldn't get in trouble for that.
No, I don't think he'll get in trouble.
He probably will.
No,
if that was a white cop, you best believe that's his ass.
It's just like usually you just arrest somebody in that state, but I mean to actually assault after that. But yeah, I could see that.
I don't think he'll get in trouble because he used enough force to neutralize the situation to stop her.
True.
And he just punched her once. If he would have stomped her while she's on the ground, then yeah, he'd get in trouble. But he just one punch.
Yeah, hey, don't fucking hit a cop. Don't hit a cop.
Never.
Twice. Those weren't soft hits either. The first one made him bleed in the mouth. The second one was right in the temple.
Yeah.
That's insanity.
She's 240. She weighs 240 at least.
Good.
Yeah. She got a nice hook. But look, she dropped like a sack though. That's any more violent stuff we could post at?
I mean, there's
yeah. Good night.
That almost reminded me of that of the Disneyland footage. This is still not as so the funny part, as violent as that was, it still wasn't as violent as Disneyland.
Very entertaining. Very, very entertaining. Thank you, Bert.
Yeah, DBS.
Yeah. Thank you. Now let's go back to the other footage here. Let's see what you were saying about that guy.
Let's just see this guy trying to get the jerk, being a jerk and trying to get the money shot.
Okay. All right. I'm sorry, I'm on the wrong tab here. Okay.
Jesus.
Out the air?
No, Nick, you're still there. You okay?
Hey, yeah, okay, yeah, sorry. I didn't know if I was taken off the air. This is a live active situation.
What did he say? I couldn't hear all
heard
of it.
that there. I was trying to get an interview with the demonstrator. He said he wanted police can do better. Police can do better. I'm here for change. We've heard the chants of no justice, no peace. Another large object just thrown there at CNN. This is
the police can do better as they're being barricaded inside a building and people are basically threatening them violently. Police can do better.
our home, Chris. You know, this is where we come to work every day. Journalists who are trying to tell the truth.
You need to interview Ronnie
trying to
King.
deliver information. It's one of the noble
tell
parts about
everybody
society,
that
and these
we all just
demonstrators
get
have
along
decided to
again.
come here today to
Wow.
take
Wow,
out the
this is
frustration
like
and anger, not just on the police, but it seems on our.
I'll just turn the
CNN
audio
center as
down.
well.
Sorry, guys. I thought it.
These police officers
No, I
now
want to hear
are
this.
advancing. They're grouped together. As those
They
objects
look scared.
continue
They're not
to fly,
advancing with like force.
blocked by
They're like, I don't
SWAT
want
team
to get hit by
shields.
those rocks.
There appears to be one person in front of the demonstrators, Chris. I don't know if you can
All
make
the
him out
people
on
that
camera.
are
He's
caught
got a
on
white
camera
bandana
doing stuff,
on
they'll get them
with his
later.
shirt off. He's trying
It
to
could
keep
be a week
his
later, a
crowd
month
back
later, but they're all going
and
to be
try-
arrested.
it appears as
Yeah,
though
for
this is
sure.
They always
happening
do.
right
They
live
always
in
get
front
them
of us,
later.
that they're understanding the gravity
Yeah,
of the
especially when
situation
they're on
here.
camera.
Escalate
There's some like
also-
dorky
No.
ass white guy who comes up right to the window and starts to like try to break the window with his skateboard, but he ends up hurting himself. It's kind of funny.
Nick, are the cops that are inside the CNN
Hey,
center.
and they're using that umbrella to cover what they're doing when they throw shit.
On the backside of this crowd.
Hey, and then
That's
the
an
cop
interesting choice of umbrella.
at one point, the white guy was like in front of them in the window breaking shit, and they put the red dots on his head from their
This
gun.
gets crazy like a zombie movie.
Does the umbrella repel the rubber bullets? They deflect the rubber bullets?
Centennial Olympic Park, and they took advantage of police not being in this area. They started to throw rocks at these windows, and it's just before we.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. That Canadian, that one that happened in Alberta, where the Canadian girl got arrested for being a stormtrooper, was ridiculous. Yeah, no. Cops do use excessive force.
Yeah,
should too often.
maybe it's
Not, but not.
Why are they attacking their CNN? CNN loves them.
Yeah, and that's why it's hilarious, actually.
It is, isn't it? It's like they're usually the ones who are like,
Hey, because they know they get shot if they went to Fox News.
we need to create awareness. It's all about awareness. And look at that. They couldn't have found a better umbrella, like something more manly. They had to pull out the most effeminate umbrella they could find. What is that?
Skateboard guy, I think this is
Pull out the gay pride umbrella. What did CNN do? What didn't they do?
William Walker, what's going on, Kevin?
Send in
So
more
what they're
people.
doing is
More.
so Nick,
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
These aren't real police guys. These are CNN journalists who
This
just
is the
dressed
part
up.
where this is the part where Kylo Ren says more.
to do is to either hold, which is
Okay, the
Cindy
skateboard.
Marie.
I got to see the skateboard dude. Okay, he's hitting it. Yeah.
This is going to be
He's
the
like, oh
line that
damn.
the officers draw that you will
What is this fool doing? This
Jesus, why don't you use your head to smash it? That would be more productive.
looking like
Just
little
poke your
Dicky.
head.
Yeah, this
Give
guy.
me a favor.
Yeah, Seth Rogen or Seth. No,
Our hero.
Oh my God, the virtue signaling is strong in this one.
is that his name? Seth Rogen. The
Dude,
actor?
The virtue signaling is strong in this one.
he hurts his finger hella here. And dude,
It's pretty clear that
they put the red dots on him from their guns.
Did he piss himself?
No, he just stands there.
He broke. He cut his hand.
Okay, the guy holding that rainbow umbrella, that effeminate umbrella. When you zoom up close to him, it kind of looks like Mike Tyson in the face, like this tough guy with that really effeminate umbrella. It's weird.
We're watching it happen right in front of us.
Well, they are preparing for what they anticipate.
Kylo who?
Oh yeah, look, they got the red. They got the infrared on them. The lasers.
Yeah, it's a guy with a laser pointer in the distance.
This is just so sad to see happen.
They wanted the cat to play with his face.
I don't think that's a laser pointer. I bet you that's a gun.
Is to try
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
vision of what's going on.
Yeah, you smashed that good. Look at you go, hero.
He's like, ah!
That's like of all. I would love to see the skateboard like crack in half. I'd love to see that.
Oh.
God forbid they do.
What are you gonna do once you crack the glass open? What are you gonna do then? You're gonna come after the cops?
Then they could shoot him without any impediment. That's what they could do.
They can. I don't know if that's an actual. I don't know what the law is, but
No, I'm just saying, like, now there's nothing blocking him from the shots.
right,
From the rubber bullets that are going to bounce off his head.
right.
In his defense, he's
Look how
high.
tough he is. Look how tough he is. He's so tough. He keeps looking back at everybody too. Hey guys, look how white knighty I am. Where's my cape? I'm like Superman.
Did the other guy just flip him off? What are they?
We're seeing now more demonstrators come to the front. They seem like they're antsy.
Demonstrators. That's demonstrating?
They're demonstrating something. What it is, I don't know.
It's demonstrating violence.
Even when
Yeah.
CNN is the victim, even when they're being actually victimized, they still hide the.
One step at a time. First, you and the team have
Apollo Patriot says CNN is fake. Fake news.
Yep.
They come through.
This
Yeah,
is
fake
the only
news.
time I ever watched CNN. So I wouldn't believe that I would be actually watching it.
Absolutely do. We've managed to put ourselves in a position.
What is that? I mean, what is their demands? Make a list of demands so we know what to do. What do you want CNN to do? Hand us your cameras. and $40 million now. Do it now.
You just make sure that the team has a place to go. You can always.
And we want topless news girls. Do it now. That is our demand.
And if they break
The Terminator demand.
Topless.
So brilliant.
To come in, although that would be a really, really dangerous thing for them to do. And then you also have.
You know what they really should do to get rid of crowds? Just like attach a hose to the shit pipe in the sewer. You know, like the shit pipe that goes through the sewer. It has all the fecal matter from New York City and all the others. And just spray the crowd in nothing but fecal matter. And just watch them disperse in 2 seconds. And if not, they'll just pass out from the ammonia poisoning.
Oh my God.
If you had $100,000 in guns that shoot money, and like I said, you throw weed smoke into the crowd, they'd be hella happy.
No, this actually happened a while ago. Everything Star Wars.
Recorded everything Star Wars. I'll look for a live feed, but it probably won't be as entertaining as this.
Captain Alphabet with the umbrella.
No, we like to see violence.
Just like skip ahead.
Yeah, this is. We were going to talk about the moon landing, but this is just more interesting.
Yeah, this is.
Now we're playing catch with the cops.
So, just so people understand what's going on, this is a big building, and this is an expansive lobby area. You are not in the newsroom. This is the front of a big corporate complex.
You like make it look like there's a lot of people. There's like 5 or 6 people. Look at that guy. Look at Storm Shadow. You see Storm Shadow? He's in the crowd. That looks like Storm Shadow from the G.I. Joe.
Oh, I see him.
Yeah, you see Storm Shadow?
Yeah, these protesters are not creative, bro. There's one guy with a mask. They should all be wearing masks. Halloween costumes.
Wait, hold on a second, Nick.
I still want to know that rainbow umbrella. What the hell's going on?
This is the perfect time to do cosplay at this.
You see how they're wrapping his hand up right now?
Somebody should be doing a Naruto run.
To protect his hand.
Yeah.
Just run straight into them.
Yeah, just run straight where the cops are, but not at them, but like across.
Is taking care of a wound, so if you cut him.
Send in the wasps, those killer wasps.
That's what it seems.
Yeah, murder hornets.
Bus loads of the wasps. Murder hornets.
Send in the murder hornet.
Charlotte.
Still smoldering. They've lit signs on fire.
Listen.
I have some Twin Cities riots pulled up too. Some burning buildings.
Doesn't it get crazy?
They're here on the premise because a black man was killed by police. They want to hold police accountable. Their message, however, has taken a violent tone here.
I want to see someone's head get kicked in.
Of George Floyd's name at all. We just see the violence happening here in front of us.
Well, I have a theory.
I think so too. I think they knew I was gonna bust the case wide open on the moon landing, and they thwarted it with this fake riot. Oh, take it easy there. What's
somebody threw fireworks at the popo.
Something, yeah, that just amped up quick.
All right, William? Okay, we're okay. Our crew's okay. They just threw a firecracker in on us.
These kids are just bored, Snow Dub says.
Kids.
Well, they watched everything on Netflix, so now there's nothing left to do. So.
They threw a firework at the popo.
He's getting Lord of the Rings flashback.
Michael Stark says, I have a theory that government knew Shaney was planning for the exposing moon landing, so they shut him down with the live protest.
It is their tactic. Change the narrative.
This Shaney entertainment character, he's getting too popular with his. Everybody sounds like Billy.
The algorithm notified them. Hey, this video's blowing up. Shut it down.
But if that's tear gas that's in front of there, Nick.
Ooh, tear gas.
Yeah, Nick. If
Did they shot the tear gas at the crowd?
Yeah, chemical warfare.
All right, get yourself to
It's all we can stand. We can't stand no more. Is it over? Is that it?
I wouldn't use tear gas. Can't they make, instead of tear gas, make ass gas?
Well, that we could make.
Ass gas.
Yeah, Rear gas.
And then as the crowds advanced on CNN and they were on.
That's that. And then I do actually have Minneapolis. If you want to look at twin.
Sure, but might as well. This is.
This is. I mean, this is a moment in history.
As weird as it gets, this is real shit. So might as well do it, right?
Where were you when this was happening? I was live with Cheney Entertaining.
Talking about the moon landing.
Yeah.
20 years from now.
Did I share the wrong? I think I shared the wrong one.
Cheney, 20 years from now. 20 years from now, my grandkids will be, where were you when the riots? I was live with Cheney Entertaining.
From Canada.
Yeah, I was talking to this dude from Canada.
We had some heavy duty riots.
Grandpa, what's Canada?
When they canceled hockey, that's when we riot.
Yeah.
We riot when we win the Stanley Cup. That's how stupid we are.
The city making a decision to abandon the precinct rather than protect it. They
abandoned the precinct
and evacuated as that building was taken over.
There's a show of strength
for hours. Our Christian Cordero has been covering all sorts of fires in the area near that precinct. And Christian, you're in a shopping center just on the other side of 55 this morning.
You shall not
the High Lake Shopping Center. This has 7 Mile Fashion. It has a Home Choice Furniture Store, Dollar General, and we've seen these firefighters out here for the past hour trying to put it out as it burned all night long. I was talking to some people who live in this area, and they said it's unbelievable, really.
So,
I mean, on so many.
Okay, so they're burning places where people are employed, so people are losing their jobs. Yeah, it's really productive.
In all liberal cities.
Levels.
Yeah,
I think that's
that's
kind of how we're all feeling right now. But just the fact that something like this can be burning for so long, and now it's really just the firefighters' job to make sure it doesn't spread any further. That any of those hotspots are kind of contained to where they are.
Yeah, this is still
this is the fires themselves have been, I guess, maybe the big thing that we've been focused on this morning. And then you also have all the vandalism on top of it. So we're right here in front of City Trends, and you can see the smashed windows. There's a whole lot of graffiti. This is maybe the first time that I haven't seen the walls of graffiti.
They never riot in San
profanity,
Francisco.
so we can show you most of it. Don't pan too far to the left there, Mark.
Do they ever riot in San Francisco?
Of course, just trying
You're
to
on the bridge right now, right outside it.
So many people had to wake up to this morning.
I'm going to look up San Francisco right now.
Who just
this is what happens when you put governors that progressive Democrats in charge.
They wouldn't start trying to break the bridge because they're on it.
Because they're essential businesses. So now these grocery stores who are providing food and providing necessities during this pandemic.
This won't happen in Russia, and Russia has automatic weapons.
So it's just really it's tough overall.
They just sent out the Russian Terminators.
We're at this point just
give me a cloud. Do it now. You have 15 seconds to comply.
Dozens and dozens of fires they've been trying to put out this morning. Obviously, Christian, there's no sense as to whether there's like an
actually had
effort by a
209s and just
couple of
sent
people
them
to
out there
set these
in
fires,
mass.
or if these are all
You have 15 seconds to comply.
It is, and it's interesting.
You now have 10 seconds to comply. And it just starts shooting shit pipe at him. This is insanity. I don't know. I thought that was there a verdict? Didn't they arrest the cop, or were they still waiting for a verdict? Like, what's the situation? Because I thought they had arrested the cop who did this. I thought that's what I heard on the radio. Is that am I mistaken on that? Did they not arrest the cop?
No, they did arrest them. And you would think they would stop protesting.
Yeah, like what else are they looking for? They want all the cops?
Yeah, they want the other 3 cops arrested. They just want a communist revolution is what they want.
Am I supposed to be burning something down? Yeah, why not? Burn something. Let's all do it. I'll light my balls on fire. Justice for George.
Justice for George.
Hey Shane, I'm sharing a screen. If you want to keep watching, we don't have to.
But... No, man, let's do it. I don't.
If you want to share,
you guys are okay with it. I'm okay with it. This is history here. We're watching history.
Can we have justice for George?
George Albert.
Hey, Vegas Lights. How are you?
This guy looks like he's
Reached
not ready
by
to
a
deliver a
skateboard.
speech yet. The Riot Watch Party Night. Yep, that's what this is.
Yeah, this is
I should
awesome.
change the title to Riot Watch Party Night. Glad you guys could be here. We're talking moon landing, as you can see.
I knew I should have finished. I was working on a video called the Sith Beating of Rodney King. I knew I should finish it. I need to finish it now that this is hot.
Yeah.
We have to put the lightsabers there.
Yeah, because the cops are beating up Rodney King, and I put lightsabers
Hail,
instead.
Random Red Creator. How's it going, bud? We are watching history unfold as we speak. It's a Riot Watch Party.
Okay, did you hear what he just said? I don't know what the strategy is by tearing up your own city. They're literally hurting.
What did he say?
It's just
He just, I mean, it's Fox News, so they're going to say stuff like that.
young people with energy and nothing to do.
Sith Being of Rodney King, Death by Saber is fucking sad.
Yeah, I actually started working on it. The nightsticks they used to beat up Rodney King, I replaced those with Sith lightsabers, and they're beating them and vroom, 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 psh, psh.
The helicopter ones, the ones from the Rebels.
Yeah, it's like, and I even have a red stormtrooper. Oh, the Sentinel, you on Twitter? You hit me up on the DM.
I want to see more of that slapping video. There's got to be more slapping videos.
Let me see if I could pull that up because I might have that picture.
Yeah, these guys aren't getting anywhere near anything. This is just showing highway.
Okay, you guys, I just got hit a hot. Okay, screw this. All right, that's all right. Now I'm going to share a different screen if you guys want to. If you want to keep watching this, I can. Whatever. We don't.
Just do it. Do it now.
All right.
Stop whining.
Show us violence.
Show me.
I'm glad
us your screen.
Twitter.
Show us violence. We want to see violence.
Might be the.
We are Neanderthals, especially me. That guy's got 2 masks. He's being extra safe.
I enjoy senseless violence.
Now, some shit's going down when they start walking fast like that. Most of these guys are there for their YouTube channels, though. A lot of these guys are there for YouTube.
That was the White House, by the way.
That was the White House? What did Trump have to do with anything on that?
Well, they're guarding the White House because Trump's there, and so I'm sure people would want to probably kill Trump.
But there must be a better distribution of wealth within this country.
Okay. That guy couldn't be more bored listening to a speech.
Hail Sentinel, I agree too. I could watch that over and over.
Which one?
You should make
the one getting slapped.
The girl being direct.
Oh, the one.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Let's see.
This guy looks like he's about to cry.
That's the original, or is it?
I've never actually seen this. I haven't actually seen what happened. Oh shit! Is that what happened?
No, I think this is something else. This is not.
Jesus. Is that now? Is this what's the
I'm trying to figure. Read it. Let's read what it says here.
Yo. They shot.
What? Okay, hold on. Let's read this. This is why we riot. This is why people are doing what they are doing. This is traumatizing to watch. They shot him for what? They couldn't tase him. Why must he die?
Who knows what this video is, man? It could be edited.
Yeah, it's do you guys want to watch it, or do you want me to move on? You tell me.
Is there any footage? This seems a little bit morbid. I don't know.
Okay.
They're going to cancel my channel.
I can move on. Let's move on. I don't want to. Let's go back.
Find something else.
So, guys, did we faking moon landing and such and so forth?
Yeah, they're even rioting on the moon.
Yeah. They took a ship to them. This is actually the moon right here. There is no gray. Look, their hands. Are they frozen in the air? This is actually just a picture.
I'm searching my computer for the Rodney King.
Dude, that's so beautiful, man. People just being peaceful. That's what we should be doing. That's what everybody should be doing.
Mm-hmm.
That is absolutely beautiful.
I still do think the cops do incite a lot of the rioting shit because I don't know, or somebody. It's always either hooligans or people that aren't part of it too that do that shit. It's just, it's unfortunate, but shit gets that way. Remember the 1% movement that was going on? Do you remember that one? What was that called?
I don't.
You remember everyone was what the hell was that shit? All around the world, everybody was. I can't remember the name of that.
I'm out here because we're hurt, we're angry, we're
Is that Kanye West?
We're tired of us being victimized and killed and brutalized, and it being swept under the
Kanye
rug.
West / R. Kelly.
So you're tired. What?
He looks really tired.
Hold on. What's the message here? The president? Are you asking me because you don't know?
Yes, gay man. I'm asking you.
I'm asking you because I'm giving you an opportunity to talk on live television. All right. Because the problem here is that Black people are murdered over and over and over again, and nothing's being done about it. Let me ask you this question: the president of the United States is inciting violence against American citizens.
Oh my God! All right.
Let me ask you a question. The president's ordered the Department of Justice, the FBI, to investigate. They say they are. The officer involved has been charged with murder. Are you willing to give those investigations a chance to work and to play out?
Here, I actually have a question.
You want to talk about that?
I'd rather have a question. All right, so what I'm more concerned about is why is it okay for the president of the United States to tweet that he wants to send the military to kill American citizens?
I don't think he ever said anything about killing people.
Oh my God!
Nothing about killing people.
Shooting. If you shoot somebody, what is the intent? When you shoot somebody, you're not shooting to,
I'm not.
So we should allow people to burn their entire cities down. That's what he should be doing.
But that's not what he said, though.
When the looting started,
That's the president shouldn't do that act at all. He should just let people just burn their own cities down.
Okay, why are we looting? Tell me.
Do you know why we're looting?
Okay, so you can see just how angry.
Sir, calm down, sir. Sir, calm down.
Sir, we're gonna have to step away, sir. This is not social distancing anymore, sir.
They can no longer.
They're attacking this girl.
You're being loud.
Did you leave? What happened, bud? Sorry, I didn't.
It's fucking crazy. He's throwing it at people that are literally doing nothing. Fuck you, bitch. Literally standing there and he's attacking people. Sure.
Man, it seems like everybody's getting out of hand. Like the cops are out of hand, they're out of hand. Like it's like pockets of stupidity all over the place that just gets overblown until everybody just starts hating each other and destroying each other. It really is bad because it's like, yeah, you see cops being silly, you see the people being stupid, you see everybody's being stupid and at the same time, and it just escalates.
It's like, what is it to do? What is it to do on a Friday night, though?
Yeah. Well, yeah. We've seen everything on Netflix. There's nothing left.
Yeah, they've already watched Tiger King 3 times. I mean, what else is there to do?
Okay, you sound ignorant. Okay, you sound ignorant. Okay, you sound ignorant.
Ignorant is a point of view.
Holy shit.
This is what happens when you delay Black Widow thing under.
Why no women? I thought.
That guy just took a stick and gave a spanking with it. Jesus. They're not waiting for COVID to end it.
I would love it if Richard Simmons runs in there and goes, okay, guys, what's the thing? Sorry.
Go ahead, Ben. Sorry. Don't hit the women. This isn't equal rights.
So there's this. I wonder if this will lead us to, let's see, this Minneapolis protest continue. This is live. Holy shit.
Minneapolis is literally burning. Oh, this is just on a loop.
Yeah.
24 hours, burning cars station. that's now on Netflix, the burning car station. Your power went out, Ben. The green screen is done. Yeah, this is something else.
Yeah, it is.
I think everybody's left. I think Ben got.
No, I'm still here.
You're back.
My stuff just got fried for a second. But I can still share. I can still share the stream if you guys want to keep watching that. We can.
What do you guys want to do, guys? I don't want
to. I want to address the Sentinel. Said, look at my picture. I found it. The Sith beating of Rodney King. Pretty soon it'll be animated. I'm gonna start work on it. It's a great idea. I think it'll get a lot of views. It shouldn't get my channel removed, right? Do you think it'll get my channel removed?
It might.
I think it'll get traction.
You think it's a sensitive topic there?
Yeah, I mean
yes. But I mean, these things tend to make or break, right?
I mean,
so every YouTuber dies. Not every YouTuber really lives. You know what I mean, DBS?
Yeah. You know what? The hell with it. The hell with being safe. I'm gonna go for it.
Yeah, it's worth a shot, man.
Yeah,
Which channel are you
telling us you're like as if you've been telling us you've been safe this whole time.
Right.
Hell with being safe, DBS says.
The Sith beating Rodney King. This is what I have. The footage I have so far is pretty funny. I just gotta finish it. I gotta stop being lazy and finish it.
He says you might be drawing a fine line, DBS. I think so too. I think this will define the line.
Rick
you
James
will know where you stand.
Rick James would say, "Ain't no such place. Ain't no such place. A fine line." No such place exists.
All right, guys. So I don't know. This is kind of gone for an hour and a half. You guys want to keep going? You guys good? You guys want to end this?
Would you like for me to share my what I have?
Your
Shouldn't
meme?
take that long. The video
Sure,
the
but share your
slideshow.
meme. You worked hard on it. You want to see?
Yeah. Yo. All right, I gotta dig it up. Here it is. This. Bear with me. Okay. Now I gotta go to the share.
Do it now.
Do it now.
Share and share like.
Oh, okay. Okay, go ahead and share it. Okay, the Lego.
Funny because it's
true. Yeah, Legos landed on the moon. That's well documented here.
That's the real thing right there. That's the real moon, and that's the real star.
This image, you can see the Death Star behind the astronaut. Real. This is real.
That actually looks more real than most photos I've seen.
And then Morpheus, what if I told you that the moon landing was fake? The thing is, the fake footage was directed by Stanley Kubrick, and being very practical, he insisted on it being shot on location.
That's actually really funny. I like that.
Morpheus. Okay,
wow.
next.
That's really funny.
You can't handle the
You
truth.
can't handle the truth.
That's so good.
You want answers. You want the truth. Listen, son. Here on the moon, we have walls.
If I were sent to the moon, this is what I do.
With a lightsaber, though.
I'd take a lightsaber with me. Yeah, that'd be that's a good idea. I'd take a lightsaber to the moon. Yeah, so Anakin. I'm sorry, go ahead, Kurt.
Wouldn't the piss float up?
It might.
Yeah, that's why it's fake. That's why that image is fake.
No, I think the piss will travel like 25 feet before it starts to like descend.
Yeah.
To drop down, and then it'll stay on the moon. It'll be a nice piss. It'll be a well-preserved piss puddle on the moon surface.
Right.
And that's one other thing. Sorry, I'm just to argue practicalities of being on the moon too. So whenever you see an astronaut like walking around on the moon, like right, okay, so there's like it's like supposed to be 1/6 the gravity of Earth. So like every time they kick sand around, the sand should be floating, or at least floating or moving slower, like it's sand.
Yeah,
kicking around.
Or maybe the piss will fly 30, 40 feet, and then they'll start to descend. But still, it'd be nice to.
Well, there is some atmosphere. There is gravity on the moon, but it's just very. It wouldn't be floating, but yeah, it would probably take a little longer to hit the ground.
It would dissipate a lot slower than it does. It's just really obvious that there's gravity where they're moving around. The sand doesn't. This sand would move up and float in the air a little bit longer than it does.
Yeah, this it's still classified, but the Joker did go into space.
That's great.
I was like the Batman, and I went to space. I found it's a hoax. Bullshit.
Did you guys hear about the leaked footage that was so good?
This one I believe.
Did you make all these, DBS?
Yes, I made these. Shaney asked me to come up with some stuff.
Great.
The moon is just a dream, a nightmare.
Yes, Wookie. Yes, Wookie. Me too. Me too.
Then this thing. Oh man, I messed up on the editing. But you see the before and after. K-Log's been up in on other planets.
That's why he's been very quiet, because he knows the truth.
K-Log has met with the aliens. He's actually impregnated a few of them.
He's sending little tadpoles in her ass.
Yeah,
he
right.
represented Earth, so yeah, he did a good job. The aliens were pleased.
Yeah, they sent me to repopulate.
And this is how you pound. this is how you pound asteroids in Scotland.
His peen was so big. This is Scotland.
This is how you pound corn in space.
It's great.
Yeah, Sweet Mary, she took it like a champ.
Snow Dub says that explains Green Little Men.
Yeah. The
He's less there, so it's easier.
In the Pornhub video, the jism floats through the air. It's pretty cool. It's like the lava lamp. You know, like the lava lamp, the jizz, it flew through the air, and it was like wow. It's like psychedelic, dude. It's pretty groovy. Yeah. That's how you put. That's how you pound count in space. That was it. That's all I had.
Well, that's good. Well, that was a great way to end it. Awesome.
Yes.
All right, guys. So, any final thoughts on any of this stuff there, Ben? Benjamin.
I think. Well, I'm curious to think if anybody in the chat, does anybody or on the panel, does anybody actually believe we went to the moon? I would be curious to know if anyone actually believes that it's real. But anyway, that's my.
You know what? Yeah, I'll be the one. I'll say I believe it's real.
Wow, cool.
I'd like to know why, if it was real, right? Why haven't they been back since? That's my question. It's like there's no reason to go back. I mean, there's mining opportunities, all kinds. Why wouldn't they go back? Like, why? It just seems like kind of weird that they wouldn't have gone back. I don't know. Unless the aliens said not to come back.
Well, I mean, NASA themselves said, I mean, specifically in one of their videos, they were just talking about the radiation belt, Van Allen radiation belt. They're like, we haven't been past the radiation belt yet, but once we do, and it's like, okay, you just showed us your cards. You just revealed to us that you've never been to the moon landing. NASA admitted it. And you know, the so-called photo that you know, was a photo of Earth, they admitted it was fake. It was a simulation. It was fake. Anyway.
Yeah, sorry guys. Guys. I didn't, guys, I want to say sorry. I didn't have time to put an astronaut suit on the other guy that was watching the pounding of corn.
That's how you know this footage is fake.
Mm-hmm.
That's how we know this footage is fake. If you look into this background, you notice that this guy doesn't have a suit. Therefore, this image is obviously fake.
Actual experiments of NASA to see how corn reacts in space when it's being pounded. This, yeah.
I'm going to pound your cunt with my heavy load, my peen of death.
How pounding corn reacts in zero gravity in space.
Yeah, I mean, again, I think that there was a lot of reason to fake it. There was a lot of reason to fake it in the fact that this is just a race to get there was extremely important. Politically, they were behind. Everybody was behind. Like the Russians were pretty much ahead in the game at that point, and then they had no choice. He had to like pass over them. And the people who were behind it all, like during that time, were very. It wasn't even Donald Rumsfeld and Dick Cheney. Weren't they also part of Nixon's entourage in those days as well? Because I know that they were. So it's like you have a whole bunch of nefarious people kind of were in the government at the time. So it's hard to believe anything, you know.
The villains of the time.
I don't know.
The super villains of those days.
Yeah, the mafia ran the world. I mean, the mafia was pretty much powerful then too. So who the frig knows? Who knows? But yeah, I'm leaning towards no, with a slight chance of yes.
Because the biggest thing for me was the temperature. It's like if they're going to go ahead and double down and say that it's 260 degrees Fahrenheit, like you would die. You would die if that's the real temperature on the moon. You would die. There's absolutely no way that these. Anyway, all right, I'm done.
That's where they got the virus from. It was from the moon.
Yeah.
They brought it down. It's a moon rock. All right, guys. So you guys want to plug some channels here?
I'm good.
Plug your channels, BBS. What you got going on?
I want to plug
you just showed it.
I want to plug Sweet Mary in Scotland.
And I'm sure she's waiting all for your plug-in.
Oh, and I want to tell the Sentinel. I want to tell the Sentinel I received your that you're following me on Twitter, and I follow back. Thank you, Sentinel. Yeah, you should look at my stuff. I have a lot of weird stuff on the Twitter.
I just did a show with Sentinel today. You guys come check it out. It was really fun. It was a good time. Really, really fun.
Yeah. Ben, say your thing. Go ahead, do
That's
it.
it. That was my plug, and I'm just gonna put the link in the chat.
All right, good. Bart, tell us what's going on. What do you want?
One is I have 1% left on my computer, so if I lose you guys, it's I'll check you out.
Check out K-Log's PMS shows.
Yeah,
all of them.
Do it now. All right, guys. So yeah, check my latest video too. Skeletor watching television and me lost in space.
It's so good.
In space.
Really good.
All right, guys. So that's all, and stay safe, guys. Try not to go out and go to 7-Eleven during the riots.
The Ribbit and Bigot show tomorrow.
Oh yeah, that's right, guys.
Hail.
If I were to join, it'd be the Ribbit, Bigot, and Cont show.
That's why they want you on now.
And how would you spell that? C-O-N-T with a little umlaut over it?
Or it's K-U, 2 N's and a T.
That's cool.
All right, guys. So till next time, good night, guys. Have a good one.
Have a great one, guys. Take care.
Adios.
Later, guys. Matthias is about to die.